Have you ever felt like certain people are quietly draining the life out of you? That no matter how much kindness, patience, or sincerity you offer, their presence only leaves you feeling exhausted, confused, and spiritually depleted. These are not ordinary conflicts. These are the encounters that steal your peace, dim your light, and make you question your own worth. You hold on, hoping for change, longing for understanding, giving second, third, and 10th chances, only to be left more broken each time. But deep inside, your soul whispers something you've been trying to ignore. This is not what you were created for. This is not the test Allah wants you to fail by tolerating abuse under the name of patience. Let's make one thing clear. This isn't just another motivational video. This is your wake-up call, a spiritual one. A call to protect your heart, guard your dignity, and draw a sacred line between what you allow and what you refuse to accept from now on. Because if you keep tolerating toxicity, you're not just hurting yourself, you're ignoring your divine purpose. Allah didn't create you to be anyone's emotional punching bag. He created you with honor, with worth, and with a mission too sacred to waste on those who only bring chaos into your life. Why you must never tolerate toxicity, toxic. People are not just unpleasant, they are destructive. Their presence corrodes your self-esteem, disturbs your mental and emotional balance, and most dangerously, they twist your kindness into submission. And here's the truth many Muslims need to hear. Islam is not a religion that calls for blind tolerance. Yes, we are taught patience, sabar, but patience does not mean surrendering your dignity. Allah tells us in Surah Al-Hujurat, "Do not let hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just. That is nearer to righteousness." Quran 5:8. If justice is central in our dealings with enemies, how can injustice be allowed within our closest circles? We confuse forgiveness with permission. But forgiveness is for you, not them. You can forgive someone without allowing them back into your heart or your life. Islam allows and even encourages setting boundaries when someone becomes harmful. The Prophet Muhammad said, "A believer is not stung from the same hole twice." Bukhari and Muslim. Silence is not strength when it becomes the breeding ground for abuse. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's spiritual. Every moment spent trying to please toxic people is a moment stolen from your true purpose: worship, growth, healing, and your journey to Jannah. The secret practice: detach for Allah. So what is the shift that sets you free? It's not loud. It's not vengeful. It's not dramatic. It's detachment for the sake of Allah. Not because you're giving up, but because you're letting go. You detach not in bitterness, but with quiet, resolute faith. When you stop reacting, stop explaining, stop chasing closure, something miraculous happens. Toxic people lose all their power. You take back your energy, your emotions, your time. You stop bleeding for people who are not even trying to stop the cut. This isn't emotional coldness. It's spiritual clarity. It's telling your heart, you belong to Allah, not to people who shatter you. And you act on that by turning away from people who damage you and turning toward the one who heals. Pray, cry in sujud, complain. Only to Allah, like Prophet Yaqub said, "I only complain of my suffering and my grief to Allah." Quran 12:86. Stop placing your pain in hands that use it against you. Place it in the hands of Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. But what if it's family? What if it's someone I love? That's the hardest part. Islam commands us to keep ties of kinship, but not at the cost of your soul. You can maintain a relationship from a distance. You can show respect while enforcing boundaries. The Prophet said, "Do not harm and do not be harmed." Ibn Majah. Even with family, you are allowed, no, required, to protect your well-being. Tawakkul, your unshakable defense. When you detach, you must replace that emotional dependency with something stronger. Tawakkul, true reliance on Allah. This is your armor. When you learn to trust Allah fully, a profound transformation occurs. Their insults begin to feel hollow. Their silence no longer triggers anxiety. Their rejection stops defining your value. Why? Because you've shifted your center. You've anchored your heart in something unshakable. You start realizing, if Allah is with me, who can be against me? Quran 3:160. The Prophet Muhammad went through immense emotional pain, from being abandoned by his tribe to being rejected by his own relatives. But he never let their hatred redefine his mission. Why? Because his trust in Allah was absolute. Tawakkul doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you do your part. Then let Allah handle what's beyond your control. That shift turns you from a victim into a warrior. You begin to walk with a different strength, speak with a different confidence, and love with a different purity. The power of silence and calmer instinct when hurt is to argue, defend, and prove ourselves. But Islam teaches a different path, strategic silence, a silence that stems not from fear but from tawakkul. Toxic people feed on chaos. They want your energy, your frustration, your vulnerability. So the most powerful thing you can do is not give it. Stay calm, stay composed, let them wonder, because your silence says, I'm not seeking justice from you. I trust Allah to bring it. The Prophet never engaged in petty debates. When insulted, he remained silent. When accused, he turned to Allah. That silence was not weakness, it was power. When you stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you, you start reclaiming your peace. Let your actions, your growth, your calmness be your response. And remember, Allah is Al-Basir, the one who sees everything. Keep good company. The people around you shape your spirit, your energy, your faith. That's why the Prophet said, a person is on the religion of his close friend. So let one of you look at whom he befriends. Abu Dawood. You cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. Surround yourself with people who remind you of Allah, not just with words, but with how they live, how they love, and how they uplift. Keep people who celebrate your growth, not just your brokenness. People who pray for you when you're not looking. People who see your light, not just your wounds. And if you find yourself alone in that journey, don't despair. Be that light. Lead by example. Your sincerity will attract those who were meant for you. Allah will replace what you lost with something better, so long as you remain true to Him. Final reminder, your heart is sacred. Let me leave you with this. Your heart is not cheap real estate. It is sacred. Protect it like a treasure. Stop opening it to those who treat it like a battlefield. Walk away from what harms you, not with bitterness, but with certainty. Certainty that Allah has better for you. Certainty that you deserve peace. That you were made for more. This one shift can change everything. Detach with dignity, trust with depth, rise with faith. And to everyone still hanging on to toxic love, abusive friendships, or manipulative ties, ask yourself, what am I waiting for? Their change or your collapse? Because only one of those is guaranteed. And Allah did not create you to collapse. Call to action. If this touched your heart, like this video. If you felt seen, comment below with Allah is enough, to remind yourself and everyone else that true healing begins with Him. And if you want more reminders to protect your heart, renew your faith, and walk this journey with purpose, subscribe now. Because healing isn't just possible, it's your right. And with Allah, it's already on its way.